So today we are going live for a reason. There have been a lot of questions in my head and also in my inbox where we have been thinking of a better skincare routine and how to maintain skin, especially during the monsoon season. So today we have with us Sanchi Sehgal, and a very passionate enthusiast as far as skincare is concerned, and she's the visionary behind Ozone Signature. She has been working on skincare with a lot of dermats, and she has been exploring so much in this field. So she's the right person to tap. Please get your questions ready as far as skincare is concerned, and let's embark on this journey together towards inner glow and towards a better skin, a radiant skin, and towards rejuvenation. Are we ready?
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Very well. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I'm very excited to be talking
Thank
to
you for taking out time for us.
My pleasure.
Yes, so I've been just generally talking to my audience and telling them a little about you and how would you be able to help us more towards a radiant skin and skincare, especially during this monsoon season. So
Absolutely.
please tell us a little about yourself. We'd like to know it from you.
Great. So, I mean, skincare is absolutely one of my favorite topics to talk about. And, especially I think more of us are getting more intrigued, more curious, and we want to be very informed consumers, especially, as to what is the right skincare routine. I think all of us have moved on to a longer skincare routine, and we're actually very concerned about what we're putting on our skin, what we're doing, how to make it look its absolute best. So
We're becoming more conscious about how we look.
yes. So I'm I would say I'm as much of a skincare enthusiast as I'm sure everybody over here. And so yes, I'm happy to be sharing my experience, my knowledge, because being in the skincare line, I've almost tried everything under the skin.
I'm sure. You know so much more, and that's what I was telling them, that if you want to know more secrets about radiant skin, just keep your diary and pen ready along with your questions so that you get answers to whatever you want to know about maybe your skin type, maybe skincare routine according to the season. There's so much. You definitely know much more than us. So we have you as a guide here.
I'm happy to be here. And I think, like you rightly mentioned, I was in monsoon especially is a tricky time. It's when a lot of your concerns come onto the surface as well. And I think a lot of people have, I know I do. I know I have severely acne prone skin. So, whenever monsoon hits, I know that there is, there is a large chance of breaking out. And of course, that leads to acne scarring, and what all.
So it's true that in monsoons your acne breakout usually doubles. That's what I've heard.
Yeah. So what happens actually is, it's when there's more humidity in the air, and our skin is a very intelligent, intuitive organ, and it then starts secreting more sebum in general. So I'm sure you realize that every time during monsoon, for those of us who wear makeup, when you come back. You come back home, there's a little shine on the face, there's a little bit our foundation usually turns gray, so that's something called oxidation. And just the environment in general is a place where acne causing bacteria is generally more. It thrives more. It's a perfect environment for acne causing bacteria to grow. And that's one reason that people who have oily skin, or people who have acne prone skin in general, they tend to break out more during monsoon.
So what is the precaution that they can take? I mean, see, when people have to go out and work, they have to go out and work. They cannot, skin, and especially the face skin is something that you can't save.
Yeah.
So it has to be exposed. The only thing that we can do is we can take care. So if you could just advise us a bit about how to take care of acne prone skin in particular.
Right. So I think, see, monsoon in general, and this goes for all skin types, especially in monsoon. There's more buildup on the skin during monsoon. There's more moisture. There's generally more, your skin is also overworking. Your skin is also trying to absorb a lot of more of that moisture because, it's the perfect environment, right? So
Yeah.
it's trying to tap in all that moisture. So I think
Yeah.
thorough cleansing is very, very important. Something like, not using a very harsh cleanser, but just making sure that you're cleansing twice a day and you're, spending some time, maybe a minute or 2 minutes, really going in and, thorough cleansing just as a routine is very, very important. And of course, that's a basic. Everybody does it. But, as an extra care, for someone like me who has acne-prone skin, I go in with exfoliation as well. So not a scrub, not a physical exfoliant, but a chemical exfoliant, like something like salicylic acid that can, clear the surface of the skin, that can make sure that acne-causing bacteria is not accumulating in general.
And how
So
often can you do that?
I would say not more than twice a week.
Okay.
And when you're using an exfoliant, then use nothing else. Use just cleanser and the exfoliant and a nice hydrating moisturizer.
Okay, so cleansing obviously is a part of your everyday routine. Not everybody's, but I just hope we make it a part of our routine twice a day at least. And what about dullness? Like, see, I don't have an acne prone skin, not anymore. Maybe it's age or I don't know what, but no more acne happening. But I just experienced dullness, especially during rains. I mean, just say about 2-3 months back, I was very happy with my skin. Of course, I was taking care and I'd done some treatments also. But I think for the past 2 months, I don't see a glow. I just feel it's very dull. It's not bad skin, but it's very dull. The glow is not there.
Yeah. So see, when, and like you rightly said, there's just something that you feel that throughout the day, your skin just usually feels more tired. It looks more like there's a radiance in there. And that is that's a very good example of oxidation in general. So, what is oxidation? Oxidation is anything coming in contact with oxygen, air. So, when you cut an apple, for example, and you leave it, even for, I think, 30 to 40 minutes, you see that it's brown.
Yes.
And it's because it's come in contact with air, and that is what oxidation is. So that is constantly happening on our skin as well. And during monsoon, when there is larger humidity, when there are rains, the clouds are a natural filter from the sun. And when the rains happen, then that filter is sort of cleared off as well. So our skin is more generally prone to oxidative stress during monsoon, and that is one of the main reasons why you experience dullness. One of the main reasons that you feel, there's a little grayish, elements on the skin, or you're just, and you'll also notice the moment you cleanse, you'll feel very, very fresh. So it's because of all that accumulation as well. So for yes. So I just one of the best things for oxidative stress as well, is using an antioxidant in your skincare routine. And an antioxidant is, best available in the form of a vitamin C serum, which I'm sure a lot of people have in their vanities as well. And yes, that's the one you have. I have the, yes. So, so what we have over here is a vitamin C serum. And why this is really special is because it's called serum C10. So that means vitamin C serum in 10% concentration. And the derivative of the vitamin C in this is L-ascorbic acid. So an L-ascorbic acid, for everyone who knows vitamin C as well, is something that is the most potent form of antioxidants. And vitamin C, I don't know if you use vitamin C in your daily routine.
I do now.
You do now. And you should see, this is almost one of those products, one of those ingredients, I would say, that almost brings this sort of magic to the skin, because it's so good for brightening. And essentially what it's doing, it's not brightening your skin, it's just stopping oxidation. So, when you start using vitamin
C, shield, if I may.
So a shield against oxidative stress. So if there's oxidation happening, there's also antioxidation that's happening, so it cancels. So it's not it's a water-based serum as well. If you see, it's quite watery in its texture. So I would say using this in the day, of course, following it up with sunscreen is very, very important. So using serum C10 in the day, and a powerful antioxidant is going to be very beneficial just to see that overall brightening, just to see an overall a healthier skin effect. And it's a no-brainer ingredient as well, because there's so much research, there's so much uh, there's so much backing this ingredient itself, that it is proven to be one of the most potent forms of vitamin C.
Yes, and I'm sure all these products that you all make, and all these products that reach millions of people, obviously they go through their bit of um, feedback, you know. So the vitamin C is one thing that until some time back I wasn't using, honestly, because I would of course cleanse my skin and then just apply a sunscreen. That's all. That's mostly what I knew, that even if you're home, you need to apply sunscreen because of the lights and you know, everything around. But with this, I have felt that the skin has softened a bit. Does it even work in softening the skin?
Yes, so along with, of course, vitamin C is the prevalent, also a lot of supporting ingredients. So there's a lot of skin softening, emollients, or even some things like humectants, which are very good for hydrating your skin. So
Yeah.
what that means is, when your skin is naturally hydrated, when your skin is holding on to water, your skin does feel softer. It just overall appears, more natural and feels good as well. So, I'm just actually, that just takes me to another point, which is very important for monsoon in general, are humectants. Humectants, for everyone who doesn't know, humectants is a form of skincare ingredients that hold on to water. So, a very popular humectant is, for example, hyaluronic acid. That is, very, very popular because a lot of us know about it. There's a lot of products that market with hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid is unique because it can hold on to 1,000 times its weight in water. So if it's one molecule, it can hold 1,000 water molecules.
Okay.
And it's interesting that no matter what our skin, our skin is actually a self-sustainable organ, right? Like back in the day, if you see our grandmother's skin, they're like, "Humne to kabhi kuch use nahi kiya,"
I
but
know.
very good. So it's because our skin actually has everything it needs. The only thing it can't produce is water. So the only thing our body cannot produce is water. And for that, we seek external sources. That's why, drinking water, for example, is a life source. And, just in general, even on our skin feels dehydrated, or even when our skin feels dull, it's because it's lacking water in general. So, then I would recommend adding maybe a toner would be very beneficial. And when it comes to toners, and if you saw my skincare shelf, it's absolutely crowded, but there's nothing like good old gulab jal, which is a steam distilled organic rose water, because it's so refreshing. And the kind of benefit rose water can bring to your skin, I don't think any other skincare ingredient can. And it's such a simple formulation as well. It's actually just 100%
But
rose water.
with so many rose waters available in the market, we have to be very particular about not just a pink water that we are using, but the real rose water, because that's what actually the skin
Yeah.
needs.
So, if you see, like, it should be transparent.
Yeah.
And because I'm outside, I'm feeling so warm, I might as well use some of that. Yeah, so for the
So basically, using a vitamin C would be like keeping your skin hydrated for longer hours.
yes,
Can I put it like that?
humectants. Yes, because it has humectants as well. It does have hyaluronic acid. It does have glycerine. So what I would like to do is, in the morning, I would cleanse. I would quickly, and I use a lot of this. I literally like fill my hand with this, and just soak my face in rose water, and then you follow it up with a vitamin C serum, because when your skin is damp, the serum absorbs better as well. And then you follow up with your moisturizer and sunscreen. So, and that just makes it last longer as well, and it gives you a very dewy, a very healthy skin throughout the day.
Actually, that's true. मेहनत तो लगती है. Like even in my other videos and my other live sessions or my reels, I always say that nothing comes easy. You want a good body, you have to exercise. You want a good skin, you have to take care of it. you know, I go through these phases where, like, lately there has been renovation going on in my house, so I have not been able to take much care of my skin. But still, ऐसा नहीं है कि मैंने बिल्कुल छोड़ दिया. You know, I would still maintain something. You know, like I have to clean my face, I have to apply a sunscreen, I have to keep it covered when I'm around dust, and my few favorite products, which I always apply. So if you want good skin, you definitely have to work towards it.
And you get into the habit of it as well. Like, I don't think I can ever
Yeah.
go to sleep without doing my skincare, because I'm in the habit of it, and
And we can see the result right there.
it's also it's also humidity.
Whatever it is, it's working. So keep it up.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to know about this tail, not tail, it's a serum which I've been using. It's called the Kanak Tela. Now, if you could just tell us a little about this.
So
This just looked very intriguing, you know, because it doesn't smell like the other things that I use.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not all that rosy and flowery and all that. But I just have a feeling it's so natural that you've really not added anything fancy to it. So I would definitely want you to share more information about this.
So again, I would say Kanak Tela is one of my favorite products as well. And of course, there's a lot of innovation when it comes to dermaceutic products, but there's something to say about Ayurvedic products as well. And like you rightly pointed out, you can very easily tell by the way it smells. So just to tell you, Malini, Kanak Tela is not a formulation that we have invented. It's actually a classical Ayurvedic formulation. So classical Ayurvedic formulations means, Ayurveda is a healing discipline, right? It's a science that talks about diseases and how to treat them. And that's what those texts are.
Yeah.
So Kanak Tela comes from those texts itself. It's a medicinal oil. It's called a Siddha Tela. So it's a medicinal oil that is used to clearing out microcirculation. It clears out concerns like dark circles. It clears out concerns like even dull skin. And it's supposed to, Kanak means gold in Sanskrit. So it was prescribed in Ayurveda to bring out like a gold type skin. It's something that is a very beautifying formulation. And when we talk about classical formulations, that means the formulation's already given to us. Even the method of preparation is already given to us. So it's important to actually deliver it to the end user how it was intended. So we could, to make it appealing to a lot of people, we could very easily add fragrance to it, which is literally a drop of fragrance. But what that would do is it would spoil the synergy of the products. And what's very interesting is that our Ayurvedic doctors actually worked, and these are very reputed Ayurvedic doctors. Even then, it took them almost a decade to get these formulations right. So even if the formulation is given to us, so it's a very sacred sort of a balanced formulation, and it contains, so the base of the serum is sesame oil. And in Ayurveda, sesame oil is the queen of all oils because it has lower molecular weight than water as well. So, we're very worried about, okay, is this going to clog my pores? It, in fact, is not going to clog your pores because it's so lightweight. And that's why the herbs that are present in it, which are the active ingredients, the herbs that are present to it are carried into the skin, and they bring a very long-term effect. So, there's herbs like beauty berry, there's lotus in here, there's manjistha, there's also Indian madder. So, with the help of sesame oil, these herbs are carried into the skin. And because these herbs are naturally born in water, like water lily, lotus, they thrive in water in general. They're very good at clearing out microcirculation. So, the capillaries that we have in our skin, just to get the blood flowing. And
to that, I would want to ask you something. Sorry, I'll forget otherwise. So every time I've applied this like maybe 4 or 5 times by now. I felt a little warm on my face. Is that is that normal? Is that usually what happens, or maybe I'm rubbing too hard? I don't know. I just felt a little warm on my face, and that felt good.
Yeah. So I'll tell you the ideal way to apply it as well. And yes, that could also, the fact that you're feeling warm, it could also be because of the overall weather. And because there's an internal thing as well, when we release heat at night, And yes, so I would just say that when I apply it, and I have acne prone skin. So, if,
Yeah.
and I usually use a lot. So I use half a pipette, which is, a pipette is this whole dropper, and I use half of it. So, and then I just lightly rub it on my palms. And when it's
I'll
in
go
my
with
palms,
you.
then I just dab it everywhere on my skin.
Oh, so it's
And
not rough?
no. So I would say don't rub it, because when you're rubbing it, you're actually forcing absorption. When it absorbs on its own, like dab it everywhere. So there's a layer of oil on your face, and let it absorb overnight.
So now I know why was I feeling warm, because I was actually rubbing it too hard. I thought that'll give me some good blood circulation.
Yeah.
So I went on rubbing it with this oil.
That is a common thing as well. See, people, we usually use face oils for face massages, right? So it's very natural to start rubbing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with rubbing, but because this is a serum, because you want to get the benefit of the herbs really into your
Yeah,
skin,
yeah, yeah.
just say like leave a layer of it on your skin and just let it absorb overnight. So,
Okay, so
and
the best time to use this would be night.
yeah, definitely. When you use Kanak Tela, the best time to use this would be at night. So cleansing, and maybe gulab jal if you want, a certain, you want an extra step, or you want some hydration as well, and then you top it up with Kanak oil and just let it absorb. And for everyone who uses it, this is something that is almost, you won't be able to live without it. Like, just the effects of it are very special.
Yeah, and thanks to all the social media and the long hours that you spend on mobile, I think anything that can better and lessen our dark circles, we should just go grab it. Because it specifically mentions that it helps dark
Yes.
circles. Yeah.
It really does. See, it won't be able to, I'll be very realistic, it won't be able to reverse it 100%, because dark circles are a difficult concern as well, because they've accumulated over time,
Yeah.
and sometimes they're hereditary as well, right? But
Yeah.
it can help prevent furthermore. And of course, it can bring, even to like the toughest of dark circles, it will bring up to like a 20 to 30% reduction, which sometimes is more than enough. So, that's how much
Oh,
it can.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And if you start your skincare just in time, just when you start feeling कि oh dark circles आ रहे हैं, कुछ तो लग रहा है. If you start using it, then I'm sure the results are magical. Like, usually we do any kind of treatment. It's a very Indian mentality. So sorry to say, but we start taking care of ourselves only when it's needed to.
Yeah.
We there's nothing called precaution कि भाई you're reaching your 40s तो अभी से करो. Of course things are changing again thanks to social media, because there's so much awareness and there's so many good products available now and people know about it, so things are slowly changing. But yeah, usually यही होता है ना कि एक problem हो गई है, so now how to solve it. By then, especially with skincare, by then it becomes a little late, because usually on skin, everything takes a little longer than it does on other parts, I think.
Yes, so it's, think of it, see, your skin is just the most external part of your body as well.
Yeah.
Everything we consume,
Exposed.
yes, everything we consume, it reaches the skin last. And honestly, none of us have a very super nutritious diet that, we're actually catering to the skin that much. So yes, then, topical intervention is required at that point. But yes, you're right. See, consistency is key. And I think that is, whatever you use, you started off by saying I used to just use a moisturizer and a sunscreen, and sometimes that's enough.
Yes.
And if you know the best moisturizer to use, if you know which sunscreen suits you best, then you're golden. But just being consistent with it is bring a lot of.
Actually, consistency is the key. I would grab that from our chat today, and I'll be more regular with this. I've been using it otherwise, like rubbing it stuff. So I think I'll start using it in the night for better results. If you could just tell us a little about your Madhugandha Tela. I'm yet to use this, honestly. I haven't come to this yet, but I would like to know about it.
So what you have there is a sample size. It comes, whenever someone shops from our website, you always get a sample of the product. So the full size product is actually a 100 ml bottle, and this is a body oil. Again, it's a body oil that's based in sesame oil, and again, it's a classical formulation. So what this is usually used for, it's a very energizing oil. So Madhugandha is actually mulethi and ashwagandha. So that's why ashwagandha also comes. So,
Oh,
mullein and ashwagandha in the base of sesame oil. So, and this is something you can really massage. Uh, so what this is doing, so
okay.
it's a very good post-workout oil because you're
Oh,
sending in ashwagandha in your body, and it helps with muscle soreness as well, and it's a very energizing sort of a oil. So I would say either 20 minutes before or even after your workout is the best time to use it. It's very good for toddlers. It's very good for small babies because it's good
oh,
for muscle development. Again, ashwagandha is a muscle building herb, right? And it really strengthens your tissues overall. So, madhugandha is something that I would say that if you get regular massages, this is something definitely you can explore, and it'll be very
and this also has um,
effective.
no perfume, no aroma, which you know what, I've started to kind of like this about your products because um, I don't have any other product like this. Like this feels more real now that you've told me. Why is it so? Because you didn't do chhed with the original make,
Yeah.
which makes me believe more in these products. And
Yeah,
it's a good herb khushbu.
yes, it's a very herbal. You can
Yeah,
smell the herbs in it. I think there's something to that, like you rightly said. There's not. It's very easy to mask the smell,
yeah,
but why mask it? It's going to hamper its potency. And we have perfume. We have perfume for smells. So skincare is not supposed to
yeah.
make us smell
So
good.
true, so true, so true. So tell us something else about maybe what to eat, what to drink. I mean, we all know that we should drink a lot of water for glowing skin, which is the easiest to do, but it's the easiest to skip also. I don't know why we all skip
Yeah.
drinking water during the day, but the water we all know. But you, since you know more, you tell us something else other than water, which we can
So
have.
I think, during, we'll talk about monsoon in specific. And of course,
Okay.
drinking water throughout the year is very, very important. Monsoon, you're just generally losing more water because you're sweating. You're
Yeah.
also, you have to remember that when there's more water present in the air, the water that you also have is it gets sucked out because that is,
Yeah.
water only goes where more water is.
Yeah.
That's just science. So again, drinking more than required water. And I think we skip that during monsoons as well. We feel quite dehydrated throughout. And most of the time when we're feeling tired, it is the lack of water. I wouldn't say you see what to eat and what not to eat. I would go back to skincare because, that is my forte. And I would say not skipping your moisturizer is a very, very important aspect as well, because I find a lot of people skip that during monsoons because they're like, oh, this is just so much going on in the air and I don't want to like layer my skin too much. So I would say
And
spend.
also because also once you apply, especially sunscreen, it does feel a little sticky, and you know that you have something on your skin. So then the need of the moisturizer doesn't really bother you because you feel that your skin is already moisturized. Is it so, or is it?
It is so, yes. I would definitely say sunscreen is also a cream based formula, right? So if you're applying that, if it's sufficient for you, then that's perfect as well. But I would still say, finding maybe a lightweight moisturizer. Again, like we said, the skin can't produce skin can produce everything in our body
But not
except water.
water.
So when you're putting water, like you just stepped out of the shower, that's when your skin feels the best, right? Because there's water
Yes.
intake happen,
Yes.
and you're putting in your toners, you're putting in your serums, and whatever it is. And moisturizer, what it does, what is moisture? Moisture is not adding water. Moisture is holding that water inside. So again, it
Oh,
forms sort of a shield on your skin that whatever's gone in shouldn't leave. And this is one of our moisturizers, which you would really like. If you don't have it, this is something, it's a reflective bottle, so it gets difficult to show on camera. It's
okay.
called the Hydra Cream. And so it's
Okay.
hydrating and it's a barrier repairing cream. And it's a really, really, we actually spent a long time formulating this because we wanted to get it just right, like thin, but it's very, very thin in nature. So it's perfect for, I know you live in Mumbai, so it's humid all throughout the year. So, especially during humidity, especially if you don't want to layer on too much, this is a really good moisturizer to use. And I would just say don't skip your moisturizer because skin health a long way, long term. There is some truth to that, that you have to maintain it's like grease for your skin. It's like your skin will heal on its own. Your skin will do everything on its own. It just needs maintenance. It just needs healing. It just needs support. So
Looking at the
I would say
present stress and looking at the present climatic conditions and the conditions in which we are living, I think moisturizer and rose water, all of this is very important, but probably it's not enough. That's when other things come into the picture.
again, to summarize, just find a lightweight moisturizer that would suit you.
Yeah.
But don't skip it just because it's monsoon time and you don't want to layer. Find something that you will find comfortable. There's so many options in the market, and I know this is a very good one if you're on the lookout.
Yes,
This is
yes.
one of all my products are my favorite products, but this is
Of
special.
course.
It is
Yeah.
something. I think it's a very unique formula that you wouldn't find very easily, because I know we spent very long formulating.
Yeah. I was
Um,
just saying that.
in terms of humectants, in terms of emollients, it's just the right balance that it's not too much, but it's not too little, and it does bring a good effect on the skin.
Cool. So we'll get our hands on that very soon. Let's see if there is any specific question, or maybe I will send them to you and answer them again. Shreya is saying you both have such glowing skin. Thank you. Haridraya oil is very nice. What is that?
Haridradya oil
Haridagya.
Haridradya oil is also it's one of our oil-based formulations, and that is used for acne-prone skin. So that is
Okay.
very good for acne scars and even active acne. So when you have acne, you literally you can use it as a spot treatment as well.
Oh,
So just dab it, and your acne literally goes very, very fast in maybe sometimes overnight, sometimes in 2 days, sometimes depends
really?
on the situation as well. But that's a very potent formula. It's a very antibacterial, oil-based formula. So it really goes to the root of the problem. So that's why it's really liked by people. It's one of our best sellers.
Yeah. And any which ways, that's what Ayurveda does.
Yeah.
It doesn't just remove the problem, it removes the problem from the root. At
Yes.
least that's what the intention is.
Yeah, so it's a long term. It's like working out, right? So it's a long term commitment to your skin, which is it's beneficial in the long term.
All right. Thank you so much for such a lovely conversation. I'm sure I'll be loaded with questions, which I may forward to you very soon, because this was too short a while for them to actually log in and keep their questions ready. If there are any, I'll definitely forward them to you.
Thank you so much. It was lovely
Thank
talking to
you. Same here, same here. And you guys must go to Ozone and try their products and thank me later.
Yes, thank you so much.
Bye bye. Lovely conversation. Bye bye.